This episode is sponsored by Anchor. If you haven't heard of Anchor by Spotify, let me fill you in. So, Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. You can record and edit your podcast straight from your computer or your phone, whichever works for you. And it's as simple as downloading the Anchor app or going to anchor.fm. And when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. And the best part about Anchor is that it's 100% free. It's pretty much the ultimate podcast tool at the moment, and honestly, I haven't seen it getting enough attention. We use Anchor for this very podcast, and it has made things 10 times easier because, like I said, it's literally everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Again, go to anchor.fm or download the Anchor app to get started.
What's up, guys? You're listening to Lucid podcast, and today we're going to have a very special episode. It's something that we talked about before when we first started podcasting, the Mandela effect. So to give a little background on what the Mandela effect is and what the purported phenomena is, essentially people having misrememberings of things. Everyone says like there was a restaurant and it was called McDonald's instead of McDonald's, and everyone remembers it being called McDonald's and looks and it's a McDonald's, and everyone's like, what the fuck? It's basically false memories. Different universes kind of coinciding with each other and sometimes slipping into each other. I guess you could theorize that we're probably in a different dimension or a different universe, maybe every other month or something like that.
At some point in time.
Really any random interval, because all of the things that have the Mandela effect, you could say that you just woke up in a different universe where this one's slightly different. So everyone could be from different universes all around. Already people from different universes, and them just kind of interchange, and people just kind of slide and shift and never really realize it.
Yeah, because some of this stuff, I swear to God, it was not the way it is currently. Like, some of this stuff is, like, mind-bending. I was pretty certain that this is a thing, and it's not. So, internet doesn't help you either. All you see is people saying they remember that too, but you won't see any evidence of it.
Let's just get into some examples.
So, let's start off with one that most people anyway. So in Snow White, the phrase magic mirror on the wall is magic mirror on the wall, and what people remember it as, including me, is mirror mirror on the wall.
Yeah, it's mirror mirror, isn't it?
It's magic mirror. That sounds wrong. I've literally heard multiple songs where they say mirror mirror on the wall. I've seen people reference it as mirror mirror on the wall. Since when is it magic mirror on the wall? That's the weirdest thing.
I've heard of this one, and I've seen shirts where it has the phrase magic mirror. I don't know. Someone could be making those Photoshop and just trying to make a Mandela effect on that one. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
How crazy would it be to have a false Mandela effect?
That would be insane. I mean, yeah, that would be the craziest thing. I remember, you know that brand, Fruit of the Loom?
Yeah.
And how they had the, what do you call that?
Cornucopia?
Yeah, they had that thing in their logo, but they don't actually have that in their logo. But on April Fool's Day, they put that in their logo for one day. And people were like, wait, is this a Mandela effect in the making?
Yeah, no, honestly, I thought that they did have the cornucopia in it, and they had a bunch of fruits sitting in it.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Honestly, I remember seeing that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it both ways, honestly, because I feel like I've had Fruit of the Looms that didn't have them, but it just doesn't look right without it. It doesn't look right without it.
It looks weird because it's just a bunch of fruit sitting there. Doesn't it make more sense for it to have that in there? I don't know.
Yeah, well, that makes it kind of like the star, whereas it just looks like random fruit, like you said.
Right, yeah.
Whereas that presents it. I mean, that's good marketing, just something that catches someone's eye.
So that's insane. That is a pretty good April Fool's joke, though, to put the cornucopia in for that one day. So people were just like, wait a minute. That was not there. Some of these you could argue, have evidence. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, his phrase, "Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?" You know how he says that? Well, used to say that.
Yes, I remember how he said. He's like, "Can you smell what the
Yeah,
rock
well,
is
I'm about
cooking?"
to bend your mind a little because the phrase he actually says is, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking." That's what he actually says. Okay,
And I've heard him saying it in a video, and it didn't sound right.
it doesn't sound right at all. It doesn't even make any sense for him to say that when you think about it. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, that's an unfinished statement.
Yeah, and that's like his catchphrase pretty much. Now, obviously, he's a big actor now, so people don't even think of him as a wrestler anymore. You hear that quoted nonstop.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
because that's when it was like he was the fucking Rock in the fucking ring. You know, people have quoted that all the time, and they always said, "Can you smell?"
Yeah, people always would say, "Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?" I've heard that for years. And if you go back to old videos, literally videos from 2009, they'll be titled, "Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?" Like, that'll be the title, and you'll watch the actual video, and he doesn't say that. What's the explanation for that? I feel like that's as proof as it gets.
So in the videos that say "Can you smell," the audio says "If you smell."
Yes, the audio says, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking," but the title is literally, "Can you?" So why would they title it wrong if that's not what he says? That doesn't make much sense.
That's what happened is the Rock from the Infinite Universe came to our universe and changed his history, and everyone else saw the other one. So that's why the information doesn't coincide.
I mean, it's no explanation. I'm sure The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he's probably sitting there like, why are these people always getting my quote wrong? People probably have been getting that wrong for so many years, and he's just like, what? What is up with that? You didn't know there's a Mandela effect about your quote. What are you talking about? I've always said that.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Really, really strange. Okay, so this is a small one, but for some reason this one absolutely blows my mind. Why is Looney Tunes, the tunes in Looney Tunes, spelled as in Tunes, as in music tunes, and it's not spelled Toons? I feel like that makes no sense. And a lot of people remember it as being Looney Tunes, as in Toons.
Because it was the Tons.
I swear it was, because why would it be called tunes, like as in music, if it has nothing to do with that? That literally doesn't even make sense to me. I feel like some of these, there's just no way, right?
That wouldn't even make any sense.
It really doesn't. Looney Tunes has nothing to do with tunes, quote unquote. I don't get it.
That's one that's a good example. If this was this way in the first place, and this isn't a supernatural phenomenon, then why can't anyone explain how that would make any sense?
Yeah, right. I mean, whoever created Looney Tunes, I want to know, why did you call it that? Because I kind of don't understand.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
So, this one, I never really watched this show, but even the little bit of it I saw, I was pretty certain this was how it was. Curious George doesn't have a tail, and never has.
I don't think he had a tail when he had the diaper on.
But isn't that
Yeah, I
weird?
don't
Because
know.
he's a monkey. So you just would naturally think, why would he not have a tail? It kind of doesn't make sense.
And you said Curious George, right?
Yeah. Never had a tail.
No, I don't think he has a tail in any of them. Because he wears a diaper all the time, right?
I didn't see any pictures of him wearing a diaper.
I was thinking Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the monkey.
Curious George, yeah. I don't think he ever had one, but I never watched it.
I watched it like a very small amount.
Yeah, I really never watched that show. I mean, I know I have a book for the kids that's Curious George, and I feel like he doesn't have a tail in it.
I thought he did because I've literally, and people have said this too, they remember him hanging from things with his tail. Some people remember him doing that in the show, but I almost feel like I saw that too, but I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'd have to see some video evidence of that one.
Yeah.
Like something that's clear, not photoshopped as well. I guess that's the fundamental problem with theories like this, is someone can make something up, and if it's close enough to where you could believe it, you can pretty much edit anything. You know,
You
they can
could.
even edit the animation and edit a small detail in,
Yeah, they could.
make it seamless. If it's a small detail, then you're going to be able to get away with it and make a bunch of confusion. And then have evidence to back it up.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people that have nothing better to do than do shit like that.
I just feel like this one is particularly weird because they deliberately chose a monkey as a character and didn't give him a core trait of a monkey, which is a tail.
I think some monkeys don't have much of a tail at all.
Do they? I mean, I don't
Some
know.
of them.
I know he eats bananas all the time.
It's going off of random stereotypes. Ooh, monkey like banana. You know, like some bullshit.
That's basically the only thing that makes him a monkey, though. Like, he eats bananas, and that's kind of it, from my understanding. I guess he climbs stuff. What else does a monkey really do?
I'll say this. Things that a monkey would do that you could put in a show are limited because they're pretty brutal.
Yeah, I guess so.
In all actuality, they're likely to jump and steal your stuff or do whatever. They pretty much do whatever they want. They're wild animals, so they're pretty humanoid. It's kind of uncanny valley, really.
Yeah. This is another spelling one, but it's one of the ones that actually makes you scratch your head. You know double stuffed Oreos? The ones that have more cream on them? You would think double stuff, like stuff as in S-T-U-F-F. It has one F. It's double stuffed Oreos with one F. It's S-T-U-F. Double stuffed Oreos.
No, there ain't no way.
That's how it's spelled.
There's no way. There's literally no way.
I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, no, there's no way. That one just,
makes no sense at all. Why would there just not be a second F? That actually doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, that's a pointless one to even get into.
I had to look that one up because I was like, is that real? Like, it's real.
Do they not sell those anymore?
Yeah, they do. Actually, I saw them in the store not too long ago.
And it said that on the packaging.
Well, I don't know. I didn't really look at it. I just saw it there. But if you look up double stuffed Oreos, that's what comes up. It's one F. Everywhere you look, it's one F.
I gotta go to the grocery store to see this for myself, man.
Yeah. That's just fucking insane. That's insanity. I think that one and the rock one is what gets me the most. I can't even fathom those two.
Yeah, I mean, the rock one just doesn't make any sense at all. I would say this. The rock one, I just feel like I've heard "can you" so many times. Don't understand how that would not be it.
Because growing up, I feel like that's all you heard. Because people would say it a lot back then. I heard that all the time. And I swore I heard him say it himself. Those videos on YouTube, people would upload that all the time of him saying that. And I swear I've literally heard him himself say it. But I guess not. I don't know.
It just doesn't even sound right.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, I don't know if you would call this a Mandela effect or like a myth. That's the closest thing I can think to call this. Maybe it's not a Mandela effect, but basically, there's no such thing as a sugar rush. There's been no scientific evidence that sugar makes you more hyper. or have more energy at all. Did you know that?
No, that doesn't sound right either.
Yeah.
There's already evidence, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I literally feel like I've gotten a sugar rush before from a milkshake. I don't know. Maybe it's a mental thing, but I'm pretty certain that it used to give you a sugar rush, or maybe it still does. Just for some reason not proven or something. I don't know. That's just really weird. When you're growing up, they'll be like, don't eat a lot of sugar before bed, right? Because then you won't be able to go to sleep and you'll be all hyper. But apparently that's just not a thing. Like, that doesn't exist. How?
Yeah, that one doesn't make any sense at all.
That one's pretty crazy, too. Okay, so this one, I will admit, I don't believe this one was ever the way it was, because I don't remember this at all in school. So a lot of people remember there being 51 states of America being taught in school, that there was 51 instead of the usual 50.
Yeah, no, I remember 50 states.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. Apparently a lot of other people do, though. So I don't know what that one's about. That's a very specific thing.
A lot of people were very bad in school, I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes maybe it's a mob mentality type thing where someone says something they think they remember, and then other people just convince themselves that they remember it. I'm not saying that's what all of these are, but maybe some of these, that's what it is.
What's this next one then?
When I first heard about Chick-fil-A, I thought I heard about this one, but Chick-fil-A has never been missing the K in Chick, and some people remember it like that. And honestly, I almost feel like I remember it being that at one point, but it is not like that and never has been like that. And one of the things that comes up when you search on Google Chick-fil-A, you know how Google comes up with questions and you can scroll down and it'll just have answers when you search something? One of the questions was, when did Chick-fil-A change their name? If that question's popping up, I'm assuming that means quite a few people have searched that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. The spelling ones are kind of iffy, but some of them are like, that was not how it is. The Oreos one, that was without a doubt not how it was, I swear to God. But that one, I'm not sure, because that's a very small one. This is another one that I never paid attention to this because I never ate these. But if you look at Kit Kats, some people think there was a hyphen in between Kit and Kat.
I thought there was, honestly, but there probably isn't.
There's not. There's never been a hyphen, apparently. I never paid attention. I never really ate Kit Kats, so I wouldn't know, but a lot of people remember that.
I used to have them in the double bars where it's two in a little wrapper.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they were never the full thing, so the letters were too small to have a hyphen in for those.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking at pictures with the hyphen and without it, and I thought the hyphen would look weird, but it actually doesn't. It kind of looks like it's supposed to be there, to be honest. I don't know if this is fake, but apparently someone literally found a wrapper that had a hyphen in it. There's a bunch of mock-ups, but I don't know if this picture's real or not. The Monopoly guy, the guy with the hat and mustache, he does not have a monocle. And I was pretty certain that he did, and so is a lot of other people, and he does not.
Listen to this, right? So, I made a song a while back, probably 5-6 months ago, where one of the lines was, I'm feeling like Monopoly, I have a little monocle. I said it like that. A fellow podcaster, Frank, from Unofficial Bengals podcast, I sent him the song, and he was freaking out because he thought I said Monica, because I guess that's his girlfriend's name, and he was like, what?
Yeah, so he doesn't have a monocle. It's weird because he just looks like he would. I don't know. Just his attire and his mustache, it kind of looks like he would, but yeah, apparently not. Someone compared him to the Pringles logo. I never thought about that. He actually does look like the Pringles logo.
Yeah, somewhat. He has a top hat, a monocle, and then a bag of money.
I guess he doesn't have a monocle. That's so weird.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right, honestly.
Apparently, Fruit Loops, the fruit in Fruit Loops is spelled F-R-O-O-T instead of the normal way to spell fruit.
Yeah, I always thought it was Fruit, but I think it's probably the first one.
That almost seems like
That's it
something
on.
they changed. Like, I feel like this one in particular feels like something they just changed at some point in the real world, because I don't remember that one. That's really weird. I guess it's to make it more memorable or something, the name, if you spell it wrong. That's kind of how marketing goes. You want to change certain things to make them more memorable, and people think about them and remember the name and stuff. This is another spelling one. There's a lot of these spelling ones, but some of them are pretty wild. Skechers does not have a T in it. It's spelled Skechers. And yeah, I did kind of think it was sketch as in like drawing sketch. Skechers. I thought that was how it was.
Yeah, that one was definitely not spelled. I'm not sure how people get that one misconstrued
That was an
like that.
assumption on my part, because I never looked or paid attention to the Skechers logo. I just assumed that was how it was spelled, and it isn't. So I don't have like some deep-rooted memory of that being spelled like that, but apparently other people do. This is the biggest one that I'm about to do because there is quite literally proof that this one was not the way it was. I don't know if you're going to remember this. Britney Spears has a music video. I don't even know I'm not even going to attempt to name the song. But she has a music video where she's in a red outfit, all red, and she has a microphone on her head, a black headset type thing, as she's singing. And that microphone was never in the music video. She never had that on her head. There's literally toys and figures of her from around that time that have the microphone on their head. Multiple of them, tons of them. Every depiction of that music video has the microphone on her head. And that was never in the music video, which is the weirdest thing. Because if those figures were, I don't know, a few years later, maybe they'd remember them wrong. But those figures came out around the same time that the music video came out. And they have the microphone on her head. So that one's just really weird.
I'm not really familiar with the music video.
I'm about to send a picture. I'll probably put it on the screen for those on YouTube too.
You know, I've seen like pictures of that actually. I
Yeah.
didn't think she had a microphone.
I really wouldn't know because I didn't listen to her. I never saw that. I saw bits and pieces of that music video, but the fact that the toys and figures have it, all of them have it, and she never had it is really strange. That's kind of creepy, to be honest. I don't know. I feel like the intersecting universes thing kind of makes a lot of sense, because maybe not for all of them, but for a lot of them, because you literally see bits and pieces of proof that it was the way it was sometimes. It's almost as if two dimensions, universes, whatever you want to call them, passed through each other and they left traces of that dimension or something.
Or it could be everyone is from different universes, and that's why certain people remember certain ones and certain people don't. But then they'll agree on some of them.
Maybe those people come from the same dimensions. I assume there'd be more than two, obviously, but just for the sake of simplicity, two dimensions, and say half the people on the planet come from that one, and half the people come from the other one, and the different brands and stuff just sometimes collide, and that's when you see this Mandela effect where people are like, oh yeah, I don't remember that because it wasn't like that in their previous dimension, and now they're in this dimension that's almost exactly the same. I think that makes a lot of sense, personally. But I'm sure a man of science will tell you that it is false memories, which I don't know if that's been proven to be real.
Well, it depends on what discipline of science they study.
I feel like
Because if you
majority of
have
them will
someone
tell you
that
it's false memory.
it's all theoretical, and the fact most of them believe that there's thousands of dimensions, or that there's infinite dimensions and infinite possibilities, pretty much.
That's true. I guess someone who's really into science would. It does depend, because some of them are like anything's possible, like Stephen Hawking. He has a lot of theories that are kind of off the wall. Anything could be possible. Simulation theory. Other scientists are just kind of no nonsense, and they just shoot down anything that doesn't sound easy to believe, I guess.
It depends on the discipline. Because someone is into quantum mechanics, that whole thing's just theoretical, pretty much. They're very inclined to believe you're saying something.
Yeah, it definitely does depend. I don't like when people shoot down every possibility of everything. Because do you have the secrets of the world? No, you don't. None of us do. Who are you to say something is absolutely impossible?
Yeah, it just seems kind of ridiculous to me. So there's a Mandela effect example that's a little bit different than the ones that we've had. So you probably heard of this, the Tarkatan man.
I don't think I've heard of that.
So basically, there was a guy in Japan that got stopped in the airport because his passport was weird. Everything was normal about his passport, except the fact that it said he was from a place called Tarkata.
And they said his passport was completely legit, right?
Yeah. They said everything looked correct except the actual place.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. What happened to that guy? Didn't he die somehow or something?
Basically what happened is, right away, gave him a hotel room and had armed guards at the hotel. And basically they even showed him a map. And when he looked at the map, he was like, your map's wrong. It's right in between Germany and France or something like that.
That's
said
insane.
It's not there. And then, yeah, they opened the door the next day from the hotel, and he was like nowhere to be found. He like literally just vanished with that.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, I was thinking, I knew there was some reason they lost track of him, or I thought he died or something. But yeah, I do remember that. He just disappeared. That's crazy. I wonder if that's like the only case of that.
I'm not sure.
I mean, it's probably the most documented case, but I wonder if there's any other cases of that. Well, guys, this is Lucid Rain. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.